Do you want to know what is the biggest challenge around data protection and how you can actually solve it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
The biggest trend we're seeing in the industry is around data growth and the challenges it brings. And that's a bigger problem than data protection by itself. It's a general problem in the market. I have a special announcement here, so stay tuned. Now, IDC identified data growth in around 18% a year, which is a huge amount of data. It got into a zettabyte range. These industries are generate a lot of data. If it's EDA, oil and gas, healthcare, machine learning, AI, financial, and so forth. EDA, for example, usually generate petabyte on petabyte on petabyte of data. Usually it's unstructured, usually it's smaller files. Now think how to host that petabyte. You can't put it on Flexible, right? Think about how hard it is to protect that data. It's simply not possible with traditional backup solution. So how do you save it? Where do you put all the data? NetApp solution to host all of the data is on FlexGroup. And if you don't know what FlexGroup is, I think the easiest way to explain it is through FlexVol. FlexVol, when you create it, ONTAP will slice the volume to different chunks, and it will spread it evenly across all the disk in a specific aggregate, which is great, easy, but still you have the limitation of a single aggregate, a single host that's hosting that aggregate, which is okay up to 100 terabytes or 300 terabytes. But we're talking about petabyte scale, it won't cut it. So instead of working with a single FlexVol, think about creating multiple FlexVols across different aggregates, across different nodes, even across all the nodes and aggregates in the cluster, and by that creating a single namespace that can benefit from the entire performance resources of your entire cluster. That's cool, right? By using FlexGroup, you can get up to billions of files and up to 20 petabytes, which is, by the way, a logical limit because we didn't test it over 20 petabytes. So that's cool, FlexGroups. IDC identified protecting that amount of data as a huge gap, and we're seeing that amount of data more and more across more companies and more industries. And traditional backup solution and the traditional way of protecting that data simply won't cut it. Even in the FlexGroup TR, you can see that NAS-based backup isn't really recommended because this approach can take a long time and can add undue stress on a cluster as the backup utility crawls the files and metadata. You can also use NDMP, which I don't recommend, but if you do, just remember you have 31 increment limits before you need to create a full copy of the data again. So if your FlexGroup is 20 petabytes every 31 times, you need to create a full backup of 20 petabytes. So what can you do? How can you solve it?
Welcome to Cloud Backup, NetApp's backup service designed for ONTAP. Cloud Backup lets you choose any ONTAP workload across multiple clouds and on-premises deployments, and easily back up to an object storage of your choice. To protect an environment, choose it. Then, in the side menu, click Enable Backup. Save your backups to remote locations by copying directly to cloud or storage grid object storage. Yes, Cloud Backup can also be operated in offline isolated networks. Cloud Backup provides you with a direct, block-level, incremental, and secure backup while retaining your ONTAP storage efficiency savings. You can use Cloud Backup to protect diverse workloads such as unstructured data, databases, virtual machine images, and Kubernetes persistent volumes. Restoring volumes, directories, and files is also straightforward. Use the indexed catalog to search for the data you want to restore. Choose a volume, folder, or a specific file. Click Restore, and you're done. Back up your on-premises and Cloud Volumes ONTAP data to an object storage of your choice with NetApp Cloud Backup, because no one can protect ONTAP better than NetApp.
With the release of ONTAP 9.12.1, which will be released this month, Cloud Backup will support FlexGroups. That's awesome. With Cloud Backup supporting FlexGroup, you can actually start protecting petabyte scale. There is no incremental copies limit, there is no need to mount a huge amount of directories and protect all of that in parallel and stress the hell out of your environment and your clusters. There is no need for a middleman to read the data and then send it to the destination. Cloud Backup works on a block level and the technology is integrated into the ONTAP OS, which means you can have a direct backup from ONTAP directly to the object storage on a block level, incrementally forever, encrypted end-to-end, and it will also preserve the efficiencies from the ONTAP side, and it will also run object compression before sending the data to the object storage, which means you will move only the minimal amount of data. And by that, you finally have a good solution to protect FlexGroups, including all the backup bells and whistles like a catalog. So don't compromise on that huge amount of data, because you all know Murphy. You need to protect your data, and just a secondary copy isn't enough. You need to create a backup of that entire repository. Okay, so thank you for watching, and if you find it useful, you should definitely check out this video right here. And if you stayed so far, please like and subscribe. Just help spread it to more audiences.